Hey, what's going on? I'm Spencer, and we're here with Fix My Money. And today's title is Tracking Spending. And also, last week's episode was about net income. So, our host again is Jeff. He's a community planner with a focus on financial education. Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, well, thanks for having me on your show. I think it's a wonderful show, and I think people need to fix their money. My name is Jeff Whitelow. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I do nonprofit work on the south side of Chicago.
All right. So, tracking your spending. How could somebody track their spending?
Okay, well, first thing, we all make money somehow, some way, whether we, go out to work, receive passive income like stocks or inheritance or something like that, or we get a check from the state. So we get money to come in. So the question becomes, why should I track my money? And the main reason is that every time you get some money, you're trying to solve some situation. Like for instance, you get paid so you could pay your rent. So you're solving that particular situation. Now, what happens more often than not is people spend more than what they take in. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you take in, $3,000 a month, but you end up spending, $4,000 a month. That means that you have to have some additional finances to do that. And most people have credit cards. So they'll go over every month and have a zero savings or a negative savings. So by tracking your money, you know what's coming in because now you know your net income, but you also somehow write down or create some type of budget where you're actually writing down, my rent is $800 a month. You're writing that down. My car note is $400 a month. You're writing that down. My insurance is $200 a month. So you can keep a weekly or daily or monthly chart of what you're spending so you could be in control of what you spend.
Oh, okay. So basically, you need to keep track on the money that you have coming in, so that you won't overspend.
Correct. And then also too, you might want to track your money because maybe you want to take a vacation in the next coming months or within the next year. So by tracking your spending, you can find out how much extra money you have, left over, what I'm saying, to take that vacation. Or like you could set up a budget and saying, this trip is going to cost me $2,000. It's now January. I want to go in December of next year. Then you'll know that, I need to save around $200 a month in order to pay for this trip. Or probably you would need more money than that because you would have to save the $2,000 before you take the trip. So let's say that you want to get the money, within 5 months. So you need to save $400 a month to get to $2,000. So
Hmm.
you'll have your money in May. So that's another important reason to track your spending. Or if you want to purchase a home, or if you want to purchase a car, if you want to do something where it doesn't necessarily fit within your budget. And when I say fit in your budget, I'm talking about your normal expenses. Then it's good to track your money so you can know that I'm putting, $300 aside, $400 aside, in order to accomplish a goal. Because when you set goals with your money, it's easy to like stay on top of it. If you just get the money and just spend, 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 then you kind of lose track of the money and you tend to overspend and you tend to run into problems. So if you don't really want to run into problems, it's a great idea to track your spending.
Yeah, I was gonna say something funny. So you saying that you have to save for vacation? The money just don't show up.
No, the money doesn't show up. It might come on a lottery ticket. Somebody might give you some money, but for the most part, whatever you earn is probably what you're gonna get for month to month. So that's why it's good to track your money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I noticed with myself that I had not tracked my money, and I found myself overspending um, money that I didn't have to really to replace. So with myself, I have tracking my spending. I don't have like I don't. I work at home, so I don't like go out for lunch or whatever. But I know if I'm like what I do track is when I go to the grocery store and um, and I go to CVS. I have a limit that what I'm going to spend at both of those stores, and also I do try to save money each month to take a vacation. So I know that works out for me, and they do have apps you can get from Google Station. I mean Google Store or for the iPhone, the Apple Store. There's apps that you can get, or if you have like notes in your phone, you can also track your spending like that if you don't want to get an app. Because I don't know, most people don't want all those apps on their phone, but you have notes on your phone. You could keep a log of your spending, and that also helps you for not to overspend. I think the goal with this episode is not to try to overspend. So if you have $3,000 a month to spend for each month, you need to try to go under that. Do you agree with me, Jeff?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, because I think we always need to put something aside for a rainy day. And you brought up an interesting point that you said you work at home, so you don't go out to lunch. One of the biggest, I don't know how to explain. One of the biggest situations that people have with their money is that they go out to lunch every day. When you look at that, $5, $6, $7 Starbucks drink, and you look at that 9, 10, 11, $12 lunch you purchase every day, those things add up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking at an average of $20 a day, $20 a day times five, that's $100 a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's $400,
Hmm.
that you're spending pretty much every month on something that you can do at home. You know what I'm saying? With the investment of a thermos and an investment of a lunch bag, you could prepare your own meals. And then people say, well, I'm busy and all like that. But you can also be busy being broke. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to get out of being broke, I would suggest that you start looking at what are some of your daily activities that you can track and say, well, you know what? I'm going to make my own coffee, and put it in a thermos. I'm going to, instead of eating out every single day, I'm going to eat out once a week. You know what I'm saying? And then the other days I'll bring, a lunch. And these are some of the things that we have to think about if we want to become, in charge of how we spend our money, if we want to fix our money. Because if we don't, then, we're going to constantly be struggling every month. And again, you're absolutely right about the apps. There's tons of apps out there. I don't have a recommendation for one that you can sign up for. And also, like you could say, you can use your notes on your phone. But what I suggest is that initially, probably for the first 2 months, I would just simply get a notebook and document that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you write things down, it's actually better than actually using some type of technology, which technology is fine. If that's what you want to do, fine, use that. But when you actually write it down, it reinforces where you're going, whether or not you're going in the right direction or the wrong direction. So again, I think, what I'm saying, tracking what you spend is so important because you will simply know, what I'm saying, what direction you're going in. And then you can help modify that to say, okay, cool. Again, I'm only going to eat lunch twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Because if I only eat twice a week, I'll save on 3 days. And those 3 days I can put aside for a rainy day, B, for maybe a vacation, C, to make an expensive purchase. So those are some of the things we have to keep in mind when we track our money.
Oh, okay. All right, Jeff. That's the end of our show for today. I want to thank you so much for coming on. Um, we definitely gonna see y'all guys next week at 2 o'clock Eastern time. So again, Jeff, thanks so much for coming on.